Hello everyone. We're going to be looking at section 6.4 today on reflections, but before we do that, I want to do a translation refresher. So we have a figure. It's formed by these three ordered pairs that you see on the screen. It is transformed 6 units right and 2 units up, and it wants to know the coordinates of the new figure. So we know that this transformation that it's talking about is a translation. So that's the first thing that you need to realize is that it doesn't say in the actual problem that it's a translation, but if we're just moving left and right and up and down, it's going to be a translation or a slide, okay? The next thing I want you to be able to do is write the algebraic rule. So what would the algebraic rule be? Well, we have the ordered pair x comma y, and if we're going 6 to the right, that means we need to add 6 to the x value. And if we're going 2 up, that means we need to add 2 to the y value. So there's algebraic rule. And then I want you to do those things to those ordered pairs and state the new coordinates. So the coordinates, I'll put the coordinates of the image because the coordinates they've given us are the pre-image points, the pre-image coordinates. So what would we get if we add 6 to each of these? I'll do them respectively. So the first one is -5, -6. That would be 1, and then -4. The next one would be 5 and -4. And the last one would be 9 and 4. So pause me and make sure that you follow all that and understand that because that was from the last lesson. All right, so now on to this lesson, section 6.4. What is a reflection? What are the lines of reflection that you will need to be aware of as a Math 2 student? Because we can reflect along all kinds of lines, okay? And in Math 2, what are you going to need to be aware of? So those are the essential questions that we're going to be answering. So note card 201 is just the definition of a reflection. Remember, this falls under the transformation umbrella, okay? We've already done translations, and now we're looking at reflections. So a reflection is where a figure or the figure flips across a line of reflection, and that's called a mirror image. So draw these two little examples so you can see, and these are actually just vertical lines of reflection, but we're going to be looking at coordinate planes, so we'll have specific like x equals 2 or y equals x or flipping over the x-axis and all of that. So pause me and finish up note card 201. All right, now we're on to note card 202, where we're going to specifically be looking at an example of reflecting across the x-axis. So we have this already drawn for us, A, B, C, and then A prime, B prime, C prime. Remember, A, B, C are always your pre-image unless the problem tells you otherwise, okay? So our pre-image points, I've already typed them in, and I want you to follow me here. What's the ordered pair of A prime? So look at the image, go find it. Make sure this is what you see. All right, what's the image point of B, B prime? So that would be 1, -4. And then C, what's the image point of C, C prime? So that would be 3, -2. All right. And what I want you to think of is these are not as easy as translations as far as the algebraic rule. Look what happened from A to A prime. Look at the ordered pair. What happened? Look what happened from B to B prime, and look what happened from C to C prime. And pause me and see if you can figure out what this algebraic rule would be. Okay, so I hope you've had time to think about it. If you look, all of the x values stay the same. So x comma y would map to just x because your x values stayed the same, -2, 1, 3, -2, 1, 3. What happened to your y values? Well, they changed signs. So your y would actually go to -y. That is your algebraic rule for an x-axis reflection. And think about that. Your x values are going to stay the same. Your y values all go on the other side. So they just change sign. And so I went and put the algebraic rule up here so you can see we're just keeping the x's the same and we're just changing the signs of the y values. So pause me. This video is about to end. Finish up this note card 202.